Hey YouTube, this is Jaden Storm Connection Team Shadow Strike, and this is going to be a video that I said I would do a while ago. And I'm sorry, guys, if you've been paying attention to the wall. This week I've been having to juggle. I had to kind of put Vanguard on hold at times and not make videos. That's why I posted quite a bit, because I knew finals were coming up and it was going to eat a lot of my time. And fortunately, guys, I only have one more final to take, which I take Monday. And I'm going to, after that, I will be off school until September 14th, I believe it is, somewhere around there. So I'll have more time to make more videos. But I promised 3 weeks ago, when I posted my Maelstrom variant Aqua Force Stride deck, someone asked me, named, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced this, Julian Isa. I hope I pronounced that right. He asked if I could show a Aqua Force combo video. Now, I'm not really sure if this is going to be what, for those of you who may be interested in this, if this is going to work for you. So I'm kind of taking a shot in the dark here, and I'm just going to show you the tips and tricks that I go with. And if you guys like this, please tell me, and I will do these with my other decks. So if you're interested in learning to play that style of deck, maybe it can help you. If there's something else you want to see in the video, maybe me explain alternatives or whatever, if I don't mention it, then please tell me. I want these videos to help you guys, so if you want them to be as good as they can, you have to tell me what you want to see. So please, if there is any way I can make these combo videos better for you, to tell me. You're not going to hurt my feelings as long as you don't act like a total asshole, then you'll just piss me off. But if you tell me something that you generally would like to see and say, is there a way you can work this in there, I can do that. You just have to communicate with me, guys. So, as I tell you guys, always tell me what you're thinking, because when you tell me what you think, it gives me ideas to make these videos for you. Let me turn off my TV, guys, or that blue glare is just gonna fog up my screen. Ugh. Shut off, damn it. Fucking TV. Thank you. Sorry about that, guys. So anyway, I'm going to get into this, and if you guys like it, please give me a thumbs up and tell me you liked it. Tell me it was helpful. Tell me you got something out of it. Tell me what you'd like to see in the future in these videos. Just please give me feedback. So I kind of split these up into piles so it'd be easy for me to find what I want. So the first thing that I want to mention, I said it in my last, I think my last Aqua Force thing, is these are your 4 cards that is going to be, you're going to see in your general most of your Aqua Force decks. Your Maelstrom units and your Savas, and you're going to either get a straight Maelstrom deck, or you're going to get a Savas deck mixed with Maelstrom, or there might be some other variants out there, but generally this is what you're going to see. Tetra Drive can still be good. Transcore, I've strongly considered test playing Tetra Burst with Savas, just to have a Legion in the deck, because I really like having a Stride Break and a Legion in the deck index. I just really like that. But anyway, these combos that I'm going to be showing you, they technically can work with any of these. It's mainly just what you want. But first off, let's say our Vanguard is this, or this. I really like, in my Maelstrom variant, I really like, hang on, guys, I need to make sure I don't mix these piles up. I really like riding either one of these as my first 2 grade 3. And because Glory really, right now, really doesn't give you much in the early game. But the reason I like this, let's say I go first and I get to ride to grade 3 first. I like to get a field set up that looks, let's see, where's my starter? Okay, I like to get my field to look something like this. Give me a second, guys. Let's see, where's... Okay. Now we got options here. And that's what I like about Aqua Force in general, is always having options. If we got a field like this, actually it'd probably be better if the field looked something like this in the early game, or just, hell, even this. Because let's say all our opponent did was ride grade 2 and pass. Well, ride grade 2 and attack, obviously. If we ride either one of these and our board looks like this, he's in for some hell. Because we have access to our limit break early because we have Mako Shark on the board. We can start by going 11 to the Vanguard. Now, to the naysayers of this, yeah, it's only 11 to 9. But watch what happens here. 11. He guards or takes it. Swap. 11 again. 15. Now, since we're on the 4th attack, it will depend on which one of these you are wanting to use. If you were using just this Maelstrom, then you can just do exactly what I did and just go 16 plus 7 is 23 to the Vanguard. And his limit break skill is active. So he's either going to A, take it, and then you're going to counterblast 1, pop something and draw something, or guard it. Either way works. Now let's say if it was Maelstrom Reverse or Karma, you could still do the same thing. You could go 11, 11. In this case, I would only go 10, and here's why. You can go 16, 23, limit break, rest, lock, plus a crit, and now if the attack doesn't hit, you pop something to draw, and if the attack hits, you get to deal your opponent 2 damage, when in a very early stage of the game where they may not be able to recover from that. And then, obviously, in the end phase, this would unlock. So these two in the early game with him is really going to push you a lot of pressure. That's why some people like the Maelstrom version a little bit better than Savas. It's not because Savas is a bad card. It's because if you draw the right combination of cards, like something similar to this, and you can get a 4th attack off without having to access your Generation Break abilities, this is why Deck Sweeper is such a good card. You can push so much at your opponent when they're still very low, and they may not be able to deal with a lot of it. Then, let's say after... the only thing that's really going to change here is, let's say Savas was the Vanguard. Obviously, we wouldn't have Deck Sweeper on board, or this. We would have a Magnum column set up, so it looks something like that. And this would also give us a thing as well. So let's say we strode into this. That's where this card comes in, and I'll get there in a second. You could use his ability and target, say, him. Call this. And then go 10 to Vanguard if you wanted to. Or technically you could give it here. It'd just be kind of up to you. So you could go 10 to Vanguard, stand, now he has +2. 16 to Vanguard, counterblast 1, restand, now swing for 11. So now we've had our, or if you even wanted to, if you did it that way, you could go 10 because you can afford to waste 1 attack, stand back up, and then go 16 to Vanguard. He'll take it or block it. Counterblast 1, restand. He gets +2. And now you can attack with this for 26 and 33. And since your opponent, since you're on the 3rd attack, his skill will activate. And then look what this leaves you. You have him at 11, him at 12, and you have her back here. I like this card because your opponent sometimes forgets about her. Because I have this, and let's say I hit, two triggers, okay? Doesn't matter which ones. I could go 5k here and say 5k here. So I could then go 12 to a rear guard, because let's say he hit a trigger. 16, and then this becomes 11 plus 2 is 13, so you can then go after a rear guard or you can go after the vanguard. But I really like this card. It's player preference, but I like her because you can do sneaky plays with her. And also she's back here and she can get you that 4th attack no matter which variant you're running, as long as you've strode at least once. And she's in the back row, so your opponent cannot hit her. Unless, you're playing Kagero, Gear Chronicle, or something like that. But then let's talk about Lambros plays. Okay. So Lambros, this is the big finisher for Aqua Force. Lambros is actually still floating around $35 a piece, and there's a good reason for that. This card literally wins games. Now, let's see the scenario if we were playing with a Maelstrom variant. So, I would have a field set up to look something like this would be my goal right here. If I could, I'd really like this. So let's say the field looks something like this. Well, actually, let's do this because we can't, guarantee that we'd have 2 snipers, but let's just say that this is what it was. We could then go 11 to the vanguard, switcheroo, 11 to the vanguard, 19 to the vanguard if we wanted, because at that point we're going to have a grade 2, 1, our starter more than likely, and maybe one of the draw triggers in there, so swing for 19. So that's 1, 2, 3 attacks, and then we can attack for our big attack for 33, and then we can use his skill by persona flipping a copy of Lambros to stand these 2 back up and have them both gain plus 10. So he becomes 19 and he becomes 21. Let's say we hit 3 triggers. Or... okay, rewind, because that's rarely going to happen. But let's say we hit some triggers. Let's say 2. He's at 19, and since it's over the 3rd attack or more, we can get him to 29 real easy. So let's say we hit 2 triggers. We could give 1 here, 1 here. Or, if you wanted to really feel ballsy, you could give both of them right here. And then you have an attack for 21, 29, 19. And after you've already had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty amazing. Because it's the one thing that Aqua Force is good at is eating away hand advantage and rear guards. Now, some people... The reason that... a lot of people don't like her is because she's only 6, but when she attacks a rear guard, she gains plus 3. But if you can get a trigger, sometimes some triggers on her, that's really not that hard still to make her strike a vanguard, especially if your opponent's not hitting triggers. But I also like her to go after rear guards, because even if they have a 9k rear guard, you can just go 9 to 9, and they still have to drop something to protect them. I like her just because she messes with people for that sole reason alone. That's just me. You don't have to agree with it. That's just something that I like. Let's see. Something else I've seen before. Let's say we don't use our starter until we get to Lambros. So, and let's say we're doing a Savas. So, let's say we have High Tide there. What I've seen someone do, and it was actually pretty cool. I think I saw Sam do this. So if Sam watches this, he can say in the comments if he's the one who I saw do this or not. This was what his board looked like after he went to Lambros. Called this. Used Malika's skill to give +3 right there. And then he used this skill to give a skill here. So he's 12 with a skill. And then we got ourselves a booster. And we can have ourselves another booster. We'll just say, I don't know, this. And then we can go, he's 12, so we can go 12. His skill activates. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, this unit gets +2k and it restands. So now he's 14. And then we can go 14 plus 7 is 21,000. Counterblast 1, stand back up, gain 2. So now he's 14. And then we can swing for 19 if we wish. And then we can attack with Lambros. Stand, +10, +10. And we get our drive checks, and then we have 2 full columns to deal with, because this is going to then be 24 and 7 is 31, and this is 19 and 7, which is 26, possibly 36. Plus, these can get even bigger if we hit triggers, which probably will happen. So those are the main combos that you're going to see with Aqua Force. You might see a little bit slower start in the early game with, like, you might see maybe your opponent go a little lighter if they don't have a lot. But that generally is the combos right there that I would do. You know, mainly because in Aqua Force, your win condition is Lambros, guys. He's going to be the reason you generally win, because if your opponent is at 4 damage, God forbid 5, and you go into Lambros, they either need to have a humongous size hand or have extremely dumb luck to survive the turn. Now, unfortunately, you know, Aqua Force, there really isn't a whole lot you can do with the Stride deck at the moment. Because, see, for me, I'm literally just playing 4 Lambros, 2 Tidal Bore, and 2 Blizza. But to be real honest, guys, if you really, really just wanted to go bare minimum, as long as you have that right there, or technically that, you're fine. Because it's very rare in Aqua Force you're going to use your entire G deck. Very, very rare. It's very rare that you use both Lambroses and your opponent survives both of them. I've only seen that happen once. And it's... Fortunately for Aqua Force players, Aqua Force has been announced to get a extra booster. So they're going to get a little support just for their clan, which is really cool. We have a confirmed Revival Legion for Genovius. There's going to be some new kind of Tetra card from the artwork I've seen, and it looks like Maelstrom is going to get a break ride. So it looked like, crap, where's my Maelstrom? It looked basically like a new art of this, and as a break ride, like Draconic Overlord got and Phantom Blaster Dragon got. So if Maelstrom gets a break ride, you know, that's going to be pretty awesome. Also, Sabas is getting another card, which leads me to believe, since Chronojet, Dragon, Ultimile, and Asha got a Stride, Sabas, that's what the Sabas one is. So we'll have another Stride to play around with. Lambros, I'm pretty sure, is still going to be the win condition, because Lambros is just too damn good. But the unfortunate part now is Lambros really hasn't dropped that much. He's still hovering around $35. a piece, and I will say I do have one extra for trade if anybody's looking for any. But Lambros is the reason this deck wins. It may not be the sole reason, depending on. I mean, the Maelstrom variant. What makes it so damn good is because you can get a early game rush with Maelstrom and put your opponent in a hole to where you may never go to Lambros because you might stride once and you might just get trigger lucky and your opponent can't do anything about it. So to be real honest, guys, it really doesn't matter which version you want to play, whether you want to play a Maelstrom variant or you want to play a Savas variant. Your goal is still going to get the chain combos off to get multiple attacks. And with the trial deck, this card helped Aquaforce out so much because it can be splashed into any Aquaforce deck and give you an instant way to get another attack off. So having access to all of these abilities and having access to everything Aquaforce has and will get in the future, you can pretty much build your Aquaforce deck whichever way suits your fancy, so to speak. So it's really up to you. If you want my honest opinion, I think the Maelstrom variants are probably the best, for the simple fact being, if you can get an early rush, you can really hurt your opponent. However, the Maelstrom variant, if you can't really draw that early rush, it kind of is just weird for you then, because you're very rarely, I mean, where is he? You're very rarely going to put a deck sweeper on board unless there's a way you can get another unit behind him to swap with, because you really just don't want to put a deck sweeper out there for your opponent to have an easy pick at in the front row, because they're going to kill it. And so the Savas builds are good. So if you're looking for the consistent factor, I guess Savas would probably be a good idea. Or you could even play... See, I liked mixing them personally, you know, but that's just me. You know, my advice to you is play test them both, mix them, see what you like, see what... and just see what kind of game setups you prefer, because that is what's going to give you more information about how to build a deck. You know, so many people, they get the idea in their head that decks have to be built this way. One thing that is honestly pissing me off is some people just aren't getting creative with their ideas anymore, and it's just kind of becoming annoying, because it seems like everyone just wants to play the same variant. But the thing I can't express to you enough, guys, play test everything, even if it seems like it won't work, guys. Sometimes those are the ideas that work the best. So look, search for ideas, test them out, and you never know what you'll find. So anyway, guys, I hope this helped you. I hope maybe I answered some of your questions, maybe showed you something that you didn't know, or the person who specifically requested this video, Julian, I hope it really that you did like this. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you like these combo videos, please let me know. I might record a couple more, but I'm not going to do a lot of them until I get a general consensus if you guys like them or not. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure you leave a like, comment, some feedback for me below, and I'll see you next time.